Welcome back. Today in this video, we will learn about append activity in Azure Data Factory. Like in the previous videos, we have been following with different types of activities. So similarly, we will learn in detail about append activity and how exactly it can be used in a couple of scenarios and where can we actually apply this. Right? So before proceeding, if you are new to this channel and haven't yet subscribed for this channel, I would recommend you to please subscribe and share with your friends and colleagues who are interested to learn about data and data engineering concepts. So let's get started. So append activity, when we can use append activity is whenever we need a kind of a need to append a particular variable into an existing array, right? So append by the meaning itself, you are appending or you are kind of adding a new element or new value to an existing array. Please note that append activity will only add uh, basically value to a existing array variable, right? You cannot use any other variables here. So you need to use append activity will come into picture only when you are using a variable of type array, because you're just adding a value or adding a particular some value of any type for that matter to a array, right? To the existing array variable to be very specific, right? So in the demo we will understand like a plain array concept and append in loop. So plain append and append in loop. Plain append is nothing but you're just appending value to a existing variable, and then we will see to display that variable and see how it looks. And append in loop is nothing but how can even how we can append the value in a for each loop or any other loop for that matter, right? So let's get started with the demo. So as you can see, I'm just creating a new pipeline here with some name like PL demo append. Right? So let me take a append variable. So this is how append variable activity looks like. And so as you can see, like similarly, how you are giving activity a user-defined name and a description to make it more readable, you can do it as applicable. And so now coming here, so I'm trying to see and I'm not getting any variables, right? So I can go ahead and add a variable like var1. Let me let me come back and check is it populating. It is not populating. The reason is append variable will only support adding to a array type variable. So here if I go back to the pipeline level, how do I go back to the pipeline level? When you click on activity, it is at activity level. When you click outside this activity anywhere else in this activity designer pane, so it will bring you to the pipeline level. So here you can see variables, right? I have added as you can see as a string level. So let me change it to array level, array type basically. So now if you come and see here, we are able to list a variable. So what exactly we are doing? We are appending a variable to this array variable. That is what this activity mean. That means some value, whatever the value might be, I'm just giving a value d. Okay. So if I'm giving the value d, so it is actually appending to the variable var1. So var1, if you see, it is by default we are keeping it as empty, right? So now once I append this, so let me kind of add multiple append variables, so then only we will be able to make it out. So I'm just repeating the same append variable multiple times in a sequence, and here I'm giving d, here I'm giving data, and here I just give a channel. And now let me try to debug it. So as you can see, it all executed, and if I see output of each, it is just giving what I have mentioned. So here it is giving d, here it is giving data, here it is giving channel. But the question is, when we are explaining this is an append, right? So where exactly it is appending? We are not able to understand, right? So the question might be, where exactly, are we appending and how we can see the appended value? So in the previous video, we have explained something called as set variable. If you're not seen that video in this same playlist, it is just a previous video. You can just go and understand about set variable. But so now I'll just use a set variable because this output I'm not able to recognize how the append is actually working. So it has worked, but we are not able to see the output of it in a proper way because it is not appended, right? It is showing just a individual value. So now to display this value, I'm just creating one temporary variable like final var, and this also I'm just keeping it as an array because so this exact value is of type array. And if you see here, we are appending the values to var1. Here I appended d, here I appended data, here I appended channel. So these are all appends. We are just going on appending. Finally, I'll try to display this var1. Okay. So here what I'm doing is final var I'm taking, and for final var I'll just assign var1, which is an array. So array I'm assigning to array. So if I just display, or if I just execute this, what we see is, you can see there is array which is having the data channel. This is exactly what is stored inside the final var. That means final var is allocated to what? var1. And that means var1 to var1, whatever we are appending, it is working. That means first we are appended the, next is data, next is channel. So finally it has displayed. So just to display that entire array, we have used this set variable just to display, so that we can display here the entire array, right? Similarly, let us use the another scenario where we can use something for each loop, right? So let me take a for each activity. Okay. So just wanted to show how append can be used in different ways. So the previous one, what we have displayed it's a basic one. So now let me in a append variable. So for example, just we will keep set variable outside like this, and in for each definitely accepts array, right? So we will just give a pipeline parameter like any name as param array, and I'm just giving a array object here. And here I give the data and then channel. So here I'm just passing the data channel in this array of which is a parameter, right? I'm just passing a default values, but you can like trigger at the runtime also, that we can see. But so now for each setting, I'm just making it as a sequential so that it will execute in a proper sequence. And now I'm just giving a parameter array, okay, which is a pipeline parameter. Basically, the for each is taking an array and it will execute one by one because I've given sequential here. And now inside for each, I've given append variable, and this append variable we can add dynamically with the current item. Okay. So now once we add it to the current item, what exactly is happening is so it is assigned to var1 iteratively. So that means it will take the first element of whatever we have passed and assign to var1, next var2, next var3. So let me try to execute this and show you whether it is working as expected. Yes, so as you can see, the output of this is the data channel, because in the for each loop it has sequentially it has attached the value. Suppose I can give just the data hello, something like this, right? Hello and world. So if I just give this, let us see what exactly the set variable output is. Now the for loop will execute 4 times, because what we have passed at a pipeline level is having a 4 elements. As you can see, it has executed 4 times, and set variable will have 4 elements, the data channel, because recursively it is appended within the for each loop, right? Hope this is useful. Thanks for watching.